This podcast is a production of Unfiltered Studios. If you would like to know more about joining Unfiltered Studios, please visit our website at unfpod.com for more information.
In the year 2070,
Come to Recall and escape. Get started.
the Recall Corporation can manufacture your happiness.
And you could win the chance to have
If you're willing to pay the price.
Go to Mars. Go The Recall Corporation, manufacturing your happiness since 2010.
Is it real? Or is it recall? Total Recall 2070. A new Showtime original series.
Not really hit. We're still back at Recall, strapped to a chair.
He's lying.
Shoot her.
This is not a delusion.
Shoot! How did he get activated?
He's gone to Recall. Tell me what's going on.
You don't even know who you are.
Total Recall.
I want to remember.
Remixed, reloaded, re-edited.
Sometimes we get so deep into conversation that we have separate segments worthy of their own place in the sun.
Here is a reshuffled mini episode.
So you will find this funny though. The Total Recall TV show that aired for one season on Showtime. I'm sure you've seen it.
Yeah.
Wow, I never heard of this.
What's so funny?
Refused.
I'm getting there. It is more like Blade Runner than it is Total Recall.
Really?
That is the irony.
Oh, damn. Okay.
And it is set in 2070.
Yeah.
So I agree with the fan theory that connects the Philip K. Dick universe as well as Total Recall. So I went through it again. Some user who uploaded it did a good job of not only posting the rare promos, but enhancing the CGI with AI. And I'm kind of mad like I was in 2007 when it was on Hulu. And it's worth watching, but it doesn't quite hit the nail on the head.
Oh,
it's good
shoot.
acting and visuals, but it's just one of those, it's like, I kind of felt like this was more... I felt like there was too many cooks in the kitchen. It wanted to be William Gibson, and Showtime wanted Red Shoe Diaries. Does that make sense?
Oh, okay. Wow.
They weren't speaking the same language.
Weird.
The amusing part is there's not that much sex, but it's
Let's
just
throw
funny.
a little Teak War too. We can throw that in too with it.
Tech War.
Oh, Tech War. Oh, yeah.
I watched the TV series in the 90s.
I
and I'm
have.
still
Oh, my
recovering.
God, with William Shatner. Yeah.
Oops,
It's so
you
funny
know
how
that.
he not only wrote, whatever that's good for. Yeah, wrote, and then started.
directing.
Have any of you ever played a game called Detroit Becomes Human? Or Detroit
I
Becomes
watched
Human?
the game movie for that. That was good shit.
There's that. There's Cyberpunk 2077,
Is
which
that-
I think Keanu made an appearance in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Reeves joint.
He was
The
breathtaking.
Keanu verse.
They kind of okay.
Who doesn't love Keanu? I love Keanu.
We all
That was
do.
good shit. You know?
We all do.
That's
Dracula was a long time ago. Move on.
I love. Hey, Dracula was good.
Dracula was good. But Oreo, it is your turn to defend the new version of Total Recall, the 2012.
Oh yeah, I love that.
Oh, I didn't know her. It was-
Some shit.
So I think it's funny because that one
Everybody
should have
hates
taken.
it.
I don't hate it. I didn't hate. I never said I
Should
hated
have taken off,
remake. It was
but
fine.
it's way more like a Blade Runner movie than it is a Total Recall movie. I've noticed in retrospect.
Okay.
How much did that second Total
Fine.
Recall movie pulled from the book?
more so than Blade Runner.
What is the book called? Remember It for Wholesale?
We can remember
Isn't
it
that
for
what
you,
the book's
Wholesale.
called?
Yeah.
I never read it.
It's totally different Oyster Guild once again.
Yeah.
But I think the thing is, I was open to it because I'm like, okay, different name and everything. They're not doing the exact same thing. But then the thing is, they were clearly pressured by the studio. We still want it to be a bit like the Arnold movie. I think it does have some fun moments, and I'm a big. I was interviewing Bokeem Woodbine, and he was finally able to spill some of the beans on being the friend who becomes the cop who tries to arrest Colin Farrell. But I think it's interesting too how it had a lot of potential, and it's very watchable. I think the on-rated version is slightly better, but I think it's just Kate Beckinsale was really
call it anything else.
Call it anything else, and no one will compare it. You know.
Same with the RoboCop remake.
Yes, I agree. The RoboCop remake is fine, but if they didn't call it RoboCop, it would have been.
RoboCop is the greatest fucking movie that's ever been.
But I agree.
Just
if
call
they
it
RoboCop remake,
call it Detroit Cop in the future. Yeah.
Hey, they filmed part of it in Dallas. I represent.
Okay.
You're right.
Goddamn masterpiece.
Yeah.
I mean, a guy got shot in the dick.
Oh, you
Right,
need to
I read
watch
your
our.
shirt.
I still think that punk should have that punk should have been played by Steven Seagal.
Cam.
That would have made it
Hold
better.
on, I'm
Sorry.
talking one-on-one with Josh here. Josh.
Yes. Sorry, I'm the kid.
That is epic.
You don't
okay? Josh, you need to watch our RoboCop remake.
That is such a funny video.
When you're done with this,
I don't know what that is.
recording, go on to YouTube. Okay, let me explain this, Cam. What happens is on our RoboCop remake.
I'm not waiting.
It's a remake of RoboCop, the original from '87, but each scene is directed by a different
comedian.
filmmaker. So you have a scene of all puppets, and you'll have like a computer animated sequence.
We had
a dance sequence.
Type into my machine to get me this.
Well, yeah,
It's
our
on YouTube. It's on
RoboCop
YouTube.
remake. It's a funny video. I had Marshall
Here.
Gibbons on the show who worked on that too. He was funny. But yeah, I mean, if anything,
Hold on
both
here.
of those
I
are technically
am-
rated R. But
I am
other people got
going to
it.
hold on here. I'm gonna do this. Let me not this. Let me start here.
But
There's so much.
yeah, to Will's point, I mean, I think Recall should have been marketed differently, and they should have changed up the ending. And I think my main issue was Bryan Cranston wasn't well used all that much, coming off of Breaking Bad,
It's never well used.
unfortunately.
Except for that episode of Always Sunny.
Bryan Cranston still has the sickest burn of all time. When that kid from Albuquerque asked him what he liked in the town. Ever seen that? My family's from Albuquerque, so when I heard that,
I have an aunt and uncle and cousins that live in Albuquerque.
Really?
He's a big competitive sports guy, yeah.
love New Mexico, man. Aliens always
Nice.
drop me out there. It's really nice.
He had a very poignant. He had a very poignent scene in Babylon 5.
That was a great episode, yep.
Yeah.
Bryan Cranston. Oh, that's right. We talked about this.
He's just speaking loudly into a view screen.
He has to do something to try to accomplish a mission, knowing that he's going to. Yeah.
That's a good segue. J. Michael Straczynski was a big Blade Runner guy, so he would sneak in some. He would always tell the art direction department, make some of the tech more than just Star Trek. That like, there's our Forbidden Planet shot. There's our Blade Runner, type.
The pistols
Sushi place.
used were inspired. I always thought the PPGs.
I kind of got the gist of that, and
They look like a snub nose version.
let alone they even stole a replicant, Bill Sanderson. But yeah, I think everyone should watch the Total Recall remake, even if you don't like it. Just it's interesting seeing Kurt Wimmer play around with more cyberpunk and stylish action scenes. It's just I felt like there was some trashy overacting, but I found it watchable, even though I wasn't completely impressed.
I liked it, but I'll rewatch the original more than I will watch the remake. But the remake is good.
Yeah, decent. At least
I
Jessica
think
Biel was heroic, but yeah.
No, Oriole, if I call you that. All right.
Yeah. That is his name.
Did you watch the remake before the original, or how did it with Total Recall? Did you watch the original first and then the remake, or you watched the remake first and then the original?
I don't care for the original, to be honest.
Okay, but did you?
It's
Curious this, how did you watch the 2012 version first?
You've never seen.
So wait,
I've seen both versions.
Which did you watch first? When did you watch first?
I watched the remake first.
Okay, so that would have something to do with it too. If you watch something first,
Josh's point.
and then you go back and watch the original, it's not going to make much of an effect. For people that grew up with the original and then saw the remake does not going to hold much weight to us because we saw the original first. And we saw the remake first, we may not have such love for the original. Maybe it just kind of depends on.
We do have a mixture of nostalgia.
Well, the original Recall gives away the story 16 minutes into the film.
See, I never saw that.
Been like
this guy on Mars. This is a new one.
List of what's happening.
We'll return after these messages.
Do you ever find yourself thinking about who would win in a fight between Goku and Superman? Hi, I'm James Gavsey, and on the Who Would Win show, me and my co-host Ray ignore anything important happening in the outside world and debate fictional battles between characters from comics, movies, and video games.
We got a new show every week, and almost always am I the winner.
Yeah, not true, Ray.
In the past, we've discussed such matches as Captain America versus Darth Vader, Solid Snake versus the Iron Giant, classic matchups like RoboCop versus Terminator, and even the Muppets versus Sesame Street.
That one was crazy. So if you're a fan of geek culture and love a spirited debate, check out the Who Would Win show wherever you get your podcasts, or check us out at whowouldwinshow.com.
Cool thing about Blind Knowledge is we are in multiple countries. We are worldwide all across the globe. We are in the US, we are in the UK, we are in Canada, Germany, India, Japan. We're in Australia, y'all. BlindKnowledge.com. Now back to the feature presentation.
Follow us on the web on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. The podcast is available on Podbean, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Anchor, Apple, and anywhere else podcasts are available. Feel free to review our show and leave comments on any of those sites. Thanks a million for listening.
It's a jacked up